Forward. I started my career from my college dorm room during the first dot-com boom with an internet startup. Since then, I've been a founder, a CEO, a mentor, an angel investor, and a venture capitalist. I've raised millions of dollars, made millions of dollars, and invested millions of dollars. Now I'm one of the most active early-stage tech investors in Texas. I've worked with thousands of entrepreneurs along the way. I've been fortunate to be on the same side of the table as Gordon for the past 7 years during most of those deals. We've invested together, solved problems together, and watched our babies grow up from seed-stage investments to approaching IPO. We saw more startups during that time than most investors do because of our unique investment strategy, and because of this, Gordon's pool of experience is even wider and deeper than you would expect, given his already extensive and successful business background. Before I met him, Gordon had a few careers' worth of experience as an executive and entrepreneur in the driver's seat. He's an operator who knows how to do the work himself and also how to build and manage high-performance teams. He knows how important people are and takes the time to invest in them individually. He has taught me a lot about being a great husband and father, and that isn't in his Capital Factory job description. I've had the chance to see how Gordon works and how he makes decisions for himself, for his family, and for the entrepreneurs he advises. He knows what he doesn't know and doesn't speak up until he has something important to say. When he does speak up, everyone has learned it's a good idea to listen carefully. Gordon has always had a passion for mentorship and teaching others. That's the thing that brought us together from the beginning. Gordon has been developing content and honing his skills for decades. I've seen him give dozens of lectures, mentor hundreds of entrepreneurs, and help navigate some really sticky situations. He now spends the majority of his time doing that, mentoring entrepreneurs and serving as an advisor or board member. His passion for educating shines through, and he does it in a way that lifts other people up and makes them feel empowered. Gordon has a way of explaining things in simple terms that makes intimidating topics more accessible. If you're part of the Capital Factory portfolio, you get to work with him in person and receive personalized one-on-one advice. If you're not, this book is your best way to get inside his head and transfer his wealth of experience to your own. Be sure to check out his online video series as well. In this book, Gordon walks you through a fundraising campaign and ultimate negotiation step by step. You'll get your head in the game, come up with a strategy, plan and execute a campaign, and then negotiate a deal. Read it, put it to practice, read it again. Joshua Baer, founder and CEO, Capital Factory, Austin, Texas. August 2019. Chapter 1. Setting the Stage. A quote from Thomas Edison. I never failed once, it just happened to be a 2,000-step process. Since you turned the page from the introduction, I'm assuming that you have either decided to raise outside funding for your venture, or you first want to learn more about the whole process so that you can make that determination. But since I don't know your current starting point, let's just start at the beginning. Bootstrapping. With as little as it costs to get a software startup off the ground these days, many entrepreneurs start off as bootstrappers rather than fundraisers. Bootstrapping is when your company supports itself on existing or personally available resources rather than external sources of capital. Many startup ventures are initially bootstrapped until a sufficient business plan is developed and some minimal level of validation exists in order to attract investors. There's nothing wrong with bootstrapping, but staying in that mode for too long can carry some consequences that you should understand if you're just getting started and later plan to raise money from investors. There are many different methods of bootstrapping. For example, living off your savings account so you can work full-time on your startup venture is bootstrapping. Borrowing against your 401k retirement account to pay your bills while working full-time on your startup venture will cause you to incur debt and might not be recommended by your financial advisor, but it is bootstrapping. Working on your startup venture during nights and weekends while funding it with income from a day job is bootstrapping. Selling your car, leasing out your garage apartment, and auctioning off your valuable comic book collection to